am CJ Wilson, retired baseball player, current rookie driver in the LMP3 Cup, and we are at Spa. This is the track walk.
So, turn one, La Source. You've got 250, 300 metres here before from the start to turn one. It's super important. You always see on TV that there's a lot of different line choices at turn one at Spa. It's such a wide circuit here, sorry, at La Source. I think once you get through the start, the important part of La Source is thinking about how far it is from here down to the end of Camel Straight. It's flat out in an LMP3 car through Eau Rouge, so it's super critical to get a really good exit out of La Source and make that time up all the way down the Camel Straight to break into Lickle.
But the big thing here is it's a completely blind corner. You know, as you're pulling up to it, we sit so low, you can't see around this little wall. So you just have to have your eyeballs kind of like conscious of the apex right here, and you can see that there's a ton of kind of scraping and rubber marks and everything like that all right here, and you can also see some marks going off here for when someone gets in your way. What I've noticed so far is that if you get this right and you really get down to the curb, the car hooks up completely because it's a total hairpin. It doesn't feel like a hairpin on the video games and stuff like that, but it's really a hairpin, and you have this kind of almost like skateboard ramp situation here, kind of like some of the other corners on the track where you squat the car in here, and if you get it turned right, then you can get on the power really early. But the track really kind of comes back on you here, and it gets very difficult to go flat too early.
Sure.
Because you're in first or second gear, and you get the car a little sideways, especially in the rain. In the rain, this is a very tricky corner in the rain.
And like you were saying, Christian, I mean, this corner is extremely important, not only because it actually is on Camel Straight and through Eau Rouge, it's actually a corner that basically sets up about a quarter of the racetrack, really. I mean, the speed through Eau Rouge and out of Eau Rouge. This is a corner that not only can you overtake through, but also actually sets you up for for a good lap time. And that's the source.
So here we are down at Eau Rouge, the famous Eau Rouge at Spa, maybe the most famous corner in motorsport, I don't know. Massively fun corner in LMP3 car, flat out. The TV, I think, never does this corner justice. You can't appreciate how steep it is, how blind it is from the bottom of Eau Rouge. I think most of the time you're looking at the clouds. If you're really lucky at Spa, you look at some blue sky maybe.
That's rare.
Yeah, yeah.
That's rare.
So it's the kind of corner you don't really want to eat lunch just before you go out. It's a real roller coaster. I wasn't bright enough to have a look at the gradient and the elevation gains here, but it's pretty steep. But you've drove the LMP3 car for the first time this weekend. Did Eau Rouge live up to your expectations?
Yeah, you know, the ability, I guess, of the car to generate downforce in this particular section is where you notice the biggest difference between this car and a lot of the other cars that I've driven before. As you're coming through here, you're in sixth gear, so you're pulling sixth gear somewhere on the straightaway after La Source, and you're trying to use a little bit of the curb here to give yourself as little angle as possible, because it is a really blind corner. I mean, we can't see the exit here. All you see is that little, I guess, Marshall stand up there, but we're about 7 or 8 stories down below the top of the hill. And the worst part about this corner is that it doesn't really feel right until you go all the way there.
Yeah.
And going all the way there is super gnarly.
Yeah.
And until you've done it, until you've really felt it, I don't know. I think that the track completely changes once you're able to carry the speed through here.
And like you're saying, I mean, this is a corner they can't really get full appreciation for until you're actually going at speed and using the full capabilities of the car. You're looking at the sky the whole time, and you're coming through here with an incredible amount of speed. It's no wonder this is one of the most famous corners in all of racing.
The important thing for the bus stop is the approach through Blanchimont. You've got good visual of the corner coming up, but the tricky part is obviously the braking zone. There's a couple of bumps down there at the braking zone. You're kind of braking on those or just after, and it's one of the big stops around Spa, first gear corner. There's quite a few different, so when we approach the bus stop chicane itself, there's quite a few different camber changes in the track and a couple of crests, and the car gets quite light from the right to the left, so it is quite tricky to get the right approach there, and it's obviously super important to get out of the left of the bus stop for a good run down to La Source.
Being able to actually see the track here and seeing the increase in elevation, it looks like almost 3 or 4 meters of elevation between the entry of this corner and the exit. So that's why you get more and more grip.
Yeah.
As you're kind of going in, especially for this right-hander. This right-hander is pretty easy to get in there.
Yeah.
But the left-hander is a little bit more challenging, I think, sometimes.
Sure.
And beyond the fact that it's a challenging corner as well, is that it's a great overtaking place as well. You're coming off a back straightaway that really leads into a heavy braking. So the fact that you can actually get on the inside of somebody coming in this corner is really important.
So guys, here we are at the end of the track walk for now. Thanks for joining us. The weather's great, and we hope you enjoy the race.